Okay, so this week we're joined by one of the leading lights in the UK grime DJ scene. We've got Elijah, who's one half of the duo of Elijah and Skilliam. He's a label head of Butterz and all-round important dude on grimeforum.com. He's got releases on Terror Danjah, SRC, Mr. Mitch, and Butterz are basically leading the way in getting top-quality grime instrumentals on wax. I'm going to have a chat to him about the scene, the labels, the tunes, before we've got an exclusive Butterz mix from the man himself. So first up, how's it going in London, and what have you guys been up to?
Right now in London, it's kind of getting cold now, so this is when grime gets interesting, man. Like,
we've got summer just starting here, man.
Yeah. See, everyone wants to come radio and sit down in the studio. Like, everyone's back from IB for Iron Apple and them kind of places that grime people go to.
Did you go to Outlook?
No, I didn't make it to Outlook. I had other bookings and maybe wasn't big enough to play there yet. But
soon.
Yeah, man. Next year, why not?
Yeah, the plans to hit there next year, all the Kiwi boys. Hey, outside of the music scene, what do you guys get up to, apart from the Rinse FM stuff and the DJing and all that?
Boy, that everything in the last couple of months has just been put to the side, like, because we've just been busy doing this. So, you know, like girlfriends, like roller skating, like everything that we do in the other kind of part-time is just kind of been a bit air, because we've just been focusing on this 100%.
So no real world at the moment.
Nah, like because this doesn't feel like work. I don't even know when I'm working. Like, like if I'm relaxing from grime, it's gonna be like skating or eating or man.
Sweet. Hey, now a lot of Kiwis obviously they know the drum and bass scene, they know the dubstep scene, they know the house scene. They don't know much about grime apart from like old Dizzy, old Wiley, and I think the grime scene's changed a lot. You know, can you give us a quick rundown of what grime's like nowadays, what's going on, who's who, the general deal?
Yeah, it's confusing because like we have people on the television. We've got people like obviously Dizzy Rascal, Wiley, Skepta, Chipmunk, Tiny Temper, Tinchy Strider on the television all day from the scene, not really with grime music, like on the radio, having #1 hits and touring the whole country. And then on the kind of underground level, we got people like Temper T and P Money kind of running the rave scene, like JME, a few other names.
All the hype grime.
Yeah. And then there's kind of like people like us that are kind of falling into kind of the dubstep category. We're kind of working their circuit. So you got like me and Skilliam, Terror Danjah, Swindle, a few other names, like obviously like Joker and people like that. Yeah, so we're more crossing over into the dubstep market, where a few of the, you know, the grime MCs and stuff, they're going over to the kind of mainstream radio market, you know what I mean? So a lot of the kind of music that you're hearing, like the kind of chart kind of orientated music from like Skepta and that's not really designed for, you know, the forward nights and those kind of club nights.
So for the house kids.
Yeah, kind of. So it's kind of confusing. There's quite a lot of directions people from the scene are going in with different styles. So the answer to your question is it's kind of confusing, but all I can say is the direction I'm going is the kind of instrumental grime route with, like I said, like Terror Danjah, Swindle, SRC, DOK, and them kind of people there. But it's really confusing at the moment. But that's what kind of keeps it interesting. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I guess that's the key difference between you guys and some of the other grime guys out there, is that you're focusing on the DJ scene, the instrumental grime, those sort of sounds.
Definitely.
So you run the label Butterz, which you guys just sent the T-shirt out a few days ago, which arrived pretty fast thanks to Royal Mail. What's the deal with the label, and what's the name? And it's a bit different to your normal grime labels.
Yeah, you know what? Obviously, like, I'm just human like everyone else. I listen to like loads of other music, and grime for me isn't really put out the way I like to hear other music. Like I hear kind of music like dubstep music via Tempo or DMZ or whatever, and it wasn't really put out in the same way as grime. Like they didn't really have strong branding or or kind of consistent artwork, just basic things like that. And I just wanted to do something like that, kind of like a grime version of Tempa or a grime version of like Hessel or something. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was nothing really like that. Definitely, like there's not like we have like Boy Better Know, No Hats No Hoods, and they've got like the strongest kind of label names in grime. But like obviously Boy Better Know is just kind of Jamie and Skepta, and No Hats No Hoods kind of just pick up like big tunes that are kind of floating around in the scene. Like what I wanted to do with Butterz is kind of just start from the ground up, like literally go to producer's house and take a song that I like and Skilliam likes, and then we work on a radio and build it out from there to where it's worth a release. So where we haven't, with the tunes that we've put out so far, they ain't been taken off the radio. We ain't heard something and be like, yeah, we want to sign that. Like everything.
You've got a lot of new names.
Yeah, so everything that we've heard is just literally stuff that we've been sent or kind of been going back and forth with producers with. So that, like people actually buying it and taking note of it, like I appreciate it a lot because it's just working off ear rather than feedback from people.
Hey, and can you give me some hints of some big names, or not some big names, but big tunes that are maybe coming on the label soon?
So like right now we have like Bipolar, and that's Terror Danjah, the first release from him. I doubt we'll have any more stuff from him because now he's on like Hyperdub. We kind of done that all before.
And he's got his new Aftershock label, or the new, is it Aftershock or
Hard Drive? Yeah.
Hard Drive, yeah.
So and then we've got like SRC. We signed that tune like before he done his deals with Numbers and No Hats No Hoods and Arena. Royalty. We're gonna have something from him called Orangeade. There's a little video on YouTube of it.
I like his tune Gargoyles and some of the other ones that came out recently.
Yeah, and we have Mr. Mitch, his tune Skittles. Like there's another video for that on YouTube. All that,
I saw that today.
All that kind of stuff. No one's really done with grime before, and I just wanted to just to make it interesting, man. Like putting out music is one of the most boring processes in the whole world, but outside wise, I just want everyone to kind of be plugged into what we're trying to do. Like, I don't know if you've ever filled out, I mean, you must have filled out like tax forms and stuff like that. Doing that
I hate the IRG.
Yeah. So imagine doing that like for I don't know, loads of tunes over and over again. Most boring process ever. So like that's why we do the YouTube things. So by the time you actually see it and hear it, it's just all love. You know what I mean?
Now, obviously, you know, a lot of tunes are getting played out in sort of people's dubstep sets and things like that. How do you find that like grime is perceived outside of the London sort of area? Like, and have you guys like thought of, I guess, coming down this way or getting outside of UK or Europe?
I think it's perceived as like, you know, 10 MCs on the stage shouting down a mic. That really hasn't changed, and that's why I have to be so kind of specific when I'm DJing. I'm just like, you know, no MCs, you know, hardly any vocals. It's just been so, I've been totally going the opposite way to what people perceive. So when they check it out, they're like, oh, you know what I mean? Wow, I can kind of get into this. Like, and then we're kind of easing in things as we go. So we've done sets now with Trim and P Money and Blacks, and people be like, all right, I mean, I didn't like this kind of stuff before, but I can kind of get into it this way. So we're kind of easing them into harder stuff as we go. Yeah. And then when it comes to kind of playing out, like I've just been going where it's been feasible to go at the moment. It's just, you know, only kind of UK and Europe. But I mean, hopefully, like being in like, I mean, the other side of the world, DJing what I do over here would be, you know what I mean? That'd be an honour.
Sweet. So now you guys are obviously most well known over here for the people who are listening to your show on Rinse, and Rinse has obviously just became a legal station after 16 years of being a pirate station. How much of a change has that made to the station or to what you guys are doing, or is it pretty much the same old game and just keeping on?
I remember we had a meeting with them in November, and they said nothing will change, and then when they announced it in June, that it went legal, I haven't noticed any change since. So it's literally they've kind of kept to their promise. Nothing has changed. Like, I've had the same show, been able to play the same music. Everything's been running pretty much the same. I I can't really fault them on that. It's exciting that it's been able to do that.
Just no hiding from the government departments coming to steal your gear or anything like that?
Yeah, we haven't had a problem like Skilliam, when he was younger, he had a issue with the police because his records got taken and he got a caution from the police for getting caught on pirate radio.
Yeah, see, we never hear of that over here because there's not really a pirate scene over here. Like, lots and lots of low-power stations, but they've always been legal community stations, so the whole idea of the coppers coming in on the door and stealing your mixer or whatever just doesn't happen.
Yeah, like, it's a scary thought, but I mean, even still, it'll be a strange thing to happen because even the councils here, they work with rints, and you know what I mean. Like, we have nights in like massive clubs, so we're not doing anything in secret.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of backwards for it to be illegal, so to speak.
Just sort of a weird sort of throwback to the law. It's the way it used to be.
Yeah.
Hey, now I've had a bit of a listen to the mix that you're going to play in a second, and now you sound like you go through a lot of tunes with a lot of double drops going on, all sorts of crazy stuff going on the decks. Now, are you mixing on 3 decks, or are you using CDJs, vinyl, Serato, or a mixture of all of them? You know, how do you go about it?
So normally at Rinse is the 2 CDJs and like maybe 1 deck, one 1210. But because we don't make music, like, we kind of have that more time to kind of just practice messing about with tunes and mixes and stuff like that. So when you're hearing the mixes, it's like minimum amount of hours we're doing on radio every month is like 12 hours, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you see, you're constantly in the mix.
Yeah, so we're normally doing 8 hours, that's our minimum, because we do 4 shows of 2 hours, and then normally 2 covers, so that would be, about 14 hours of radio a month. So, and then I've got CDJs in my house, you know what I mean? I'm raving, like, I'm playing out quite a bit, so, you know, there's double drops and stuff, like, it's just that second nature to me.
Yeah, like, just natural and tried and tested. Now, you're getting loads and loads of new tracks as well, which so do you spend a lot of time sort of chasing down new stuff, or does it pretty much all arrive on your doorstep, or how do you go about it?
That's the thing. Everyone thinks that I'd get everything kind of sent to me, but I'm still kind of in the grime world. I'm like still like a new DJ. Like, I would still have to be knocking down doors for tunes, like, and bugging like new producers to kind of keep up the work and change this. Like, I literally, like, some days I might spend like Sunday afternoon all day on AIM just chatting to producers.
I know that feeling.
Literally all day. Some people see me online for 20 hours and they think I'm asleep or something. Like, the other day you were chatting to me.
Yeah.
And I said, oh yeah, here it's 3 a.m. and I'm awake just talking to people, getting things sorted. So, like, all these kind of ideas that come out, like the Skittles video and Orange Jade video, like, that's what happens when we're kind of indoors.
Hey, the other thing I was going to ask is, what can you tell me about Grime Forum, and what's your sort of involvement and how is it influencing the scene? And
okay, what happened, there used to be a big site called Rewind Mag, and they used to have a forum on that, and kind of all the grime people used to read that. They took away the forum, and then there was another site called Grimepedia, which was like the Wikipedia of grime.
Yeah.
And Tom, the guy that runs it, we kind of just had the idea to add a forum onto it, and that was in 2008, and then it's kind of just developed slowly until today, where it's quite like one of the biggest sites in grime. Everyone kind of gathers there. It's just been its own kind of little monster, like, as I always call it. It's just like a little monster. My involvement, because I was involved right from the beginning, has kind of changed because I've kind of just gone off and been busy with this part of stuff. Right now it's just kind of just advising them really on next moves and helping them liaise with people in the scene.
Yeah.
Like, technically, like, we have a guy called Lemon who puts up all the radio shows and stuff like that. He's like the kind of not the brains behind it, but he's like the kind of operations guy that is kind of responsible for his success. Like,
the Ninja.
Yeah, he's just like
Hey, now the other thing I was going to ask is, obviously it's quite hard for people to buy grime here. Like, I know they can pick up the odd record at Beat Merchants or Samurai Store or through the Beats People Movements guys down here in Auckland and Wellington, but most of it's probably going to be online. Like, where can they find your stuff for sale, or where can they find, you know, information about Butterz or general grime apart from Grime Forum, or listen to your shows?
That's the thing. That's another thing that's always frustrated me. It's just been like people that wanted it ain't been able to get it, and that's the whole point of Butterz again. Like with Cargo, the same people that distribute like Hyperdub and Planet Move. So as we go on, like we hope to get, you know, the records like all over the world, and you know it should be on your iTunes and Beatport sites, and so it's literally just, you know what I mean, give it a Google, Butterz, and should come up. So
it's really hard to find full quality grime tunes. Like there's so many like 128 kilobit tracks.
A lot of them are still not being released properly. So like, I mean, I'm only kind of one guy that can only release so much, but I'm kind of not just doing Butterz, but I'm kind of like helping other people get their own kind of things started up. So you'll see like Terror Danjah's got his hard drive thing kind of going, and other people that will be doing digital labels like Mr. Mitch, he's got something called Gobstopper Records. I'm going to be helping all of them to make sure they can get out their music to everyone that wants to hear it. You know what I
mean? Yeah. Hey, what we'll do is we'll probably wrap it up with that and jump into the mix soon. So big up for taking the time to chat to us down here. It'd be really cool to catch up and see one of your sets if we ever make it over to the UK. Otherwise, for anyone to listen to this again, they can catch it on www.upperfm.dj. We'll probably have it uploaded by Tuesday afternoon. Or if you wanted to get a copy of the mix that we're playing, the best thing to do is probably head along to butterz.co.uk and purchase one of your shirts, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I mean, they're nearly done. Like,
almost.
yeah, we've got about 9 left now. So
they got to hit you up pretty much tomorrow to get one.
Yeah.